Recently, a woman from Nigeria came in with her family, a family of five, to one of these communities, and she came in as a cook. How interesting. Yes, she came in as a cook and she landed with her entire family.
Today, guys, I come bearing good news. If you've been looking to migrate to Canada, you've been trying various pathways to Canada, yet you don't know which would be the best for you. Now I brought the most amazing Funke to the channel today to discuss with you guys the best pathway to move to Canada this year 2023. I will be leaving this to Funke to get started.
Thank you so much, Clara. It's such an honor to be on your channel. So the thing is that there are different pathways when it comes to migrating to Canada. You have the provincial nomination programs. You also have the other pathways that can give you a work visa to come work in Canada, and then with time you have the opportunity to become a permanent resident. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a pathway that is specifically for the rural areas in Canada. As we all know, there is a huge shortage of workers in the rural and northern regions, territories in Canada, and no doubt that they are on the lookout for foreign skilled workers. Recently, the Canadian government launched a rural and northern immigration pilot program, pathway, and this program is actually designed to retain foreign workers, in the rural areas, the rural communities of all of these provinces that I'm going to be mentioning. So now we have about 11 communities participating in this pilot program, which sums up to 5 provinces. So in 5 provinces, there are 11 communities that are currently participating in this pilot program, and this pilot program is open to a lot of foreign workers. Now the interesting thing about this is that a woman from Nigeria came in with her family, a family of 5, to one of these communities, and she came in as a cook. How interesting. Yes, she came in as a cook and she landed with her entire family through this RNIP pathway. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the eligibility criteria, what you need to do to get started, and basically how you can benefit from this pilot program. To be eligible for this particular pilot program, first of all, you are required to have an ECA. An ECA is an educational credential assessment. I had done this previously on my channel, whereby you need to assess your credential. So take, for example, if you have a college certificate that is more like an SSC or a WAEC, then you should be able to go on to WES, which is the World Educational website, to assess your credentials. And I think all you need to do is buy a scratch card, put it in there, send it to them, and then they will verify your credential, just to make sure that it is at par with a Canadian issued certificate. So if you have a degree as well, if you have a master's, the same process apply. You need to submit your transcript, and then they will have to verify that document from your institution. Okay, and that is how it goes. So I just always advise that before you even get started with most of these programs, please save time by first assessing your credentials. And after you're done with that, another thing I also advise, that is part of the eligibility criteria, is that you get your IELTS done. So for this particular pathway, and for most of the pathways here in Canada, it's important that you have your IELTS. So once you do your IELTS general, the fantastic thing about this pathway is that even if you have a CLB, that is a Canadian language benchmark of 4, which, if you ask me, anybody can actually get 4. And anybody can actually get 5. And why I say that is because, for you to get a 4, I would say you didn't really prepare, because if you say you want to, for unlike most of the pathways that will require you have a CLB 7.5 or 8, right? For this particular pathway, as low as 7, as low as 5, as low as 6, you are eligible to apply. So if you have done IELTS in the past and for some reason you got a 4, go and take that certificate, dust it up, because it's useful and you can make use of it in this particular pathway. Another eligibility criteria is that, okay, after you've done all of this, then you can start searching for jobs. You need to have a job offer. And I know that you're like, hey, she has come again, job offer. This is quite different, because out of these 11 communities, participating communities, they have their websites. And on each of their websites, they have the career platform where you click on and you get to see the jobs that are available. All of those jobs are available for foreign workers. And all you need to do is make sure that you have the right resume, ensure that it ties up with, you know, the Canadian standard of resume, and have a fantastic cover letter. I always emphasize on having the right cover letter, because trust me, a lot of recruiters don't have time to glance through your resume. All they want to see is your skills, your education, and in your cover letter basically is where you sell yourself. These are the values that you're going to bring in. This is why you should be chosen, and this is your experience in this particular field. Once you are able to clearly state that on your cover letter, trust me, you will surely get a call. And it's important that you tailor your resume to fit the requirement on the job description. No one resume submission or no one job submission is same with another one. Each job posting has its own different job description, and you have to make sure that for every application that is submitted, you make sure you tailor it alongside with what is required on the job description. So I think this is a great opportunity for a lot of foreign workers. I've received lots of questions in my DM on Instagram, also on YouTube, saying how can I actually participate in this particular pilot program. Some people also write saying that the threshold for this particular program had been maxed out and there is no opportunity, blah, 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 and blah. The truth is, there are people coming into Canada, and you know how this jackpot thing is. People put it under wraps while they are in their home country, and you only get to know from social media handles when they say praise God, they take picture at the airport and you're like, how did you do it? So people are actually coming into Canada through this pathway. And the fantastic thing about this pathway is that once your application has been vetted through properly and you have been given a work permit to come to Canada, the fantastic thing is that as soon as you get that work permit, you can start your permanent residency application even while you are still in your home country. And the reason is because all you need to start a permanent residency application, or one of the criteria that you need to create a permanent residency application, is that you need a job offer. And since you have a job offer, you can use that to file in your PR application in that province where you have gotten that job. And then while you have your work permit, because some employers, they need your skills, they need you to hit the ground running as soon as possible. That's the reason why, okay, they've given you that job offer, come in via the work permit, come give us your service, while on the other hand, your PR application is ongoing. And you can also come in with family members. But I always advise that you go onto the Canadian website, do your own research as well, and read more about this pilot program. I'd also shared extensively about this pilot program on my YouTube channel, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity for you to take advantage of and move to Canada with yourself or with your family member.
That is so amazing. So if you've been looking to move with your family specifically, this is for you. Funke will be leaving with me all of the links which you could use to access this program. And like you already heard from her, you can move with your family. All you need is low IELTS. Even with Bound 4, you can move. Funke already talked about this on our YouTube channel extensively. You can go and watch it in details. or you reach out on Instagram for more information about this. Ensure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss any information about relocating to Canada. A lot of people have been looking for this way to Canada, for the simple pathway to Canada. Most people think you need to go through the study pathway and the rest of it, but this one I think everybody should take advantage of. Thank you so much, and guys, don't forget to go and subscribe to our channel, and I bet you won't regret it at all.